Since joining ESPN, JJ Redick has reminded everyone why we hated him at Duke. Roll the clip.
There's plenty of people that have shot more, made more, and guess what? Made more at a higher percentage than Larry Bird from three.
Wow, been a while since I've seen someone so loud and wrong. He must have suffered some sort of concussion when he inferred that Larry Bird was not one of the top 3 shooters of all time. After getting pressed by Mad Dog, he proceeded to downplay the beatings players took in the 80s.
Can we get off this
I've been trying to make a
thing?
point.
Seriously, can
I've
we
been
get
trying
off
to
this
make a point for
physicality
you,
thing?
Doggy.
Come on, man.
In turn, Redick's comments about physicality in the 80s drew a rebuke from Dominique Wilkins.
First of all, Redick don't know what the hell he's talking about. I'm going to
concur.
say it, right?
I agree.
He don't know what the hell he's talking about. I'm like, what basketball was you watching?
On one hand, it's bold for Redick to go against the tribe and criticize basketball's white Jesus. But he took it too far by critiquing the conditions Bird played under, and even worse, being blasphemous in regards to Bird, he was wrong about the era he played in. Ordinarily, the generational fight comes from the old heads trying to hold on to their sense of relevancy or superiority. But let's keep it a bucket. Dominique Wilkins might be a dinosaur too, but he ain't wrong. It's just ignorance from JJ Redick though. This generation of ballers is more versatile, specifically at forward and center, but here's the trade-off. They play in a gentler league. It's also a more perimeter-oriented game and officiate like a middle school recess compared to the testosterone-induced grappling that took place in the paint 30 years ago. Everyone remembers Isaiah Thomas getting stitches in his head and sharp elbows to the gut were flying off the shelves back then. In those heydays, front court players were significantly heavier. Zion Williamson is the NBA's heaviest player today, but 20 years ago, he would have barely cracked the top 10. And as for Redick's opinion about Bird, it lacks context. Bird was an assassin with a vast arsenal of shots. 6 times he shot better than 40% from distance, but he rarely took more than 1 triple a night during his early years when the three-point line was just being introduced. He also established a monopoly over the first three-point contest until he retired from the event. In an era where distance shooting was an afterthought, Bird didn't just start the 50-40-90 club. He's one of the only 2 guys to pull it off twice. This Birdman deserves some respect on his name.
Bird, a runner. It's good! 40 points on the night for Larry Bird.
Remember, keep it a bucket and stick with Deadspin.